I already took it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so how about we start real lessons? Did you guys miss me?
Yes.
All right, so the real lessons start today. Don't have to do a lot of introductions. I don't remember anybody's names except for Eric's and Ann's. Well, I'll by the time we're done, we'll get there. All right. So we're going to start the process of getting to real pickleball. All right, and that starts at the serve and the return. So we're going to do a ton of serve and return today. All right. I am going to give you a reason for everything we do, and I try to make sure we're talking about a game scenario every time we're practicing something. Because just, you guys are at the point where I'm generally not going to be changing your grip. I'm not going to change your forehand. I'm probably not going to change your backhand. All right. I will work with you on those things. In a larger group, it's hard to do those individual ones. What I do want to give you is a lot of general things that are going to make it easier for you to get to the shot that you really, really want to hit. All right. Everybody's got a little bit different shot they really want to hit. But if I can get you to the right position, you're going to be able to take care of a lot more winners than you are a lot more defensive shots. All right. That starts with the serve and the return. The serve at this size, at this skill level, is easy. All right. Slow your serve down a little bit. Put it deep. All right. I don't have to show you how to do that. You just have to decide you want to do it. Sometimes. All right. Serving fast, unless you're acing everybody every time, isn't going to make a difference for you. If you're not getting 98% of your serves in, you're doing something incorrect. If you're getting 100% of your serves in, you're also doing something incorrect. All right? How many of you know the person that their serve is always right where you want it, and you can just adjust for it, and you can hit a pretty good shot the next ball because every serve's in the same spot? So we do want to move our serves around a little bit. Not dramatically, not to go for the hero shot on the lines, just to make sure we're going to their forehand, we're going to their backhand, and the big one is that we're going for the middle, all right, their body. Because all of you have a forehand, all of you have a backhand. This is not an actual shot. It's just a way to defend ourselves and get the ball back over. So I generally start serving to someone's backhand when I start a game to see where they're at. I also, this is the big part of starting the ninja portion of this, all right, is it becomes the mental portion of the game. Is it starts even before you hit the ball the first time. So if I know that Tammy is, when I'm getting ready to serve to Tammy on this side of the court, if she's standing here, what do I already know about her? Right. And how many of us play against people that we see them, at the very least, will slide to here, you know, but a lot of people will slide clear over here because they're going to hit that forehand no matter what. All right. You give me this much room, I am going to kind of go for the line. You know, you give me this much room, I'm going to try to come to your backhand. All right. I want to see how your backhand is first when I start playing with you, because I'm assuming that if you're playing with me that you can hit a forehand. So that becomes the first portion of the mental game, is to start thinking about what my opponent's doing, not what I'm doing. That make a lot of sense. All right. So when we start this, we're gonna split off in groups of probably 5 and 6. 6 and 6. We have 12. 13. All right. We'll do 6 and 7. Every scenario I want to play out for a couple of things and then rotate everybody in so everybody's getting plenty of court time. I want to go talk to Darcy and have him to slide this court over. I have a serious question for you guys, and we will, if you don't get mad at me, we will go over a little bit today because an hour is a really tough time to get to the end. All right. I think they don't start playing till 1:30. All right. I do have a question. They are very afraid of you guys. All right, because you're the group that plays here most of the time, right? Would you be offended if this court really truly was moved over to where every once in a while that basket came into play?
Yes, and you put another one here.
And put one in the middle?
We would not be offended.
We have asked for that.
Okay. Because the first time I walked in here, I told him, I said, why don't you have 3 courts? Now, and again, they don't have 3 nets to go across the middle, so that you would be, little small barriers would make just as much, but that would give you 3 courts instead of 2.
Yeah, our afternoon, like the last one, had 26 people for 2 hours, with 2 courts.
So you're sitting for 30, 45 minutes.
Exactly.
What do you do? You get down to 7? Or do you just play to 9 and...
Sometimes 9 and no ties, or sometimes 8 and no ties.
Yeah. I mean, and I love the floor. It's very cushy, but 2 courts is really tough for the size groups that I've seen here a couple times. And they're on this size floor, you definitely... I'll be the one to get in trouble. I'll say that I talk to everybody, that you guys don't mind. They are very afraid that the fact that the basket would be in play a little bit.
Sometimes it's in play anyway. Somebody would have
Yeah. Hey, we play. There's a facility about this exact same size at Quest Church in Westerville that is almost identical, except it's much shorter in the back. That back line, we play there, and we let people serve from here because there's one wall that literally is right here. But we've got 3 courts across the middle in the same size, and again, it really adds another 6 to 8 people that can actually get some games in. So, and it's just a matter of just doing some quick relining. So, all right. So anyway, all right. I'm not sure this is done. I'm just saying that they're afraid because they think that you guys don't want it. Okay, good answer. More courts. 17, Worthington, March 20th. Small segue. Paddle taps, wine, beer. Return of serve. Hopefully, we want to get to the non-volley zone line. All of us, right? We're not getting there, all right? We're still playing really good in this transition zone, but we're picking the hardest part on the court to play in. The fact that some of you are doing that very well right now is going to have you so much farther ahead if you don't always play in there. So how do I get up here if I am returning? All right? First of all, I'm going to pick the shortest person and the tallest person in the building. You would be probably my tallest, maybe Eric. You're going to be my shortest. Go to the back line for me. Go to the back line for me. And while I don't want you to run, I also don't want you to walk. I want you to I want you to come clear up to the line, and then I want you to take 5 really good size, comfortable strides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? It's a lot closer than you would think. It's only 5 steps from the back line to the non-volley zone line. All right? If your first step is backwards on the return, you're adding another 2 or 3 steps to it. All right? So first thing we're going to work on is this is not the position I want to be in when I'm returning the serve. I want to back up so that I can get forward. All right? So if your first name is? Carol is a short server. At my level of play, I should start to be able to recognize who I'm playing against. If I get to a tournament, I don't have any idea. All right? So I've got to work the first couple of points to figure out what they are. But if I'm already playing in this group regularly, you all know what she serves like. Adjust yourself for that. Generally, you want to start back here, not here. Because if I'm back here and she serves 80% of her serves in the top third of the incoming box, I can start to make my move forward. All right. I can also, as I move forward, I let my momentum take me to that non-volley zone line. My return, what is my goal with my return? So if Carol's my partner, where are you going to be at? All right. I'm returning. I'm receiving, right? All right. You also find that I will say things very vaguely because I want to see what you're comfortable with. All right. I just said, where would you be at on a return? Why are you right there?
Because they're serving
Correct. But why do you want to be up to the line right there?
Because if they come short, I can get them.
Okay. Are there times that you don't go all the way to the line? Okay. All right. On your return, the person that's not returning generally is going to go clear up to the line. They're not going to go here. They're going to go clear to the line because this is the most advantageous part of the entire court, is being here. We have to get that in our brain that we are in love with this line and we want to get to this line. How we get there becomes very important. There are 3 balls that you can control in pickleball. You can control your serve because it has to bounce. So I can serve deep. All right. Do I want to aim for the line? No. I want to aim for everything on the court. I want to assume it's about 1.5 feet shorter than the lines call. So if I go for a serve here and I miss it by 2 feet, it's still going to be in. If I'm trying to hit the line and I miss it, it's going to be out. Same thing with every other line on the court. If I'm trying to go right down this line and I miss it by 1/4 inch, it's out. If I'm going for 1.5 feet inside the line and I miss it by 1.5 feet, it's still going to be in. So start thinking your court is a little smaller than what you have access to in your brain. So my return, I also have control of. How I hit it, how fast I hit it, and where I hit it, I am in complete control of. What do I want to have happen with my return? I want it to put me in the most advantageous spot that I possibly can get to. All right? I believe that the most advantageous spot I can get to is if I'm up here, give me names again. Molly, Kevin. Go back there. If me and Carol, come on over, Carol, be my friend. All right, go over just a little bit. I want our paddles to overlap just a little bit. If we're here and they're there, we're at the advantage. Does anybody disagree with that? All right?
Unless they lob it.
Well, you know what? That's exactly what I wanted you to say.
I know you say never lob because you can't get them in as well.
Right. So here's the deal. If they want to lob me, go right ahead. All right? All right? Because I'm going to tell you, yes, I'm going to be able to get to a lob. I don't know if Ann's going to be able to get to a lob. I don't know if Carol's going to get to the lob. I also don't know that they're going to get more than 50% of their lobs in, so I don't care. All right? If they do start to lob me a lot, am I going to give them a little room? Yes. This is all the room I'm going to give them because I'm going to go back 1, 2. If it's still going over my head, I'm going to go 3, 4, 5, let it bounce, see if it's in before I hit it. I am most of the time not hitting a lob up here because 50% of this is either a defensive shot that's going way up, it's going to be a lob back to them, or it's going to the backside. There's difference between a lob and an overhead. An overhead where the contact point of the ball is in front of me that I know I can hit down, yeah, I'm going to take that ball. But if it's a lob, the first one I generally am letting go of a game because I want to see how he does. And you guys already know in this room who's the lobbers. Who's the lobber in this room? Okay. All right. See, they already know, Kathy, right? And again, we know that about people. We know how they play. You're already using the mental part of your game to figure that out. That, okay, Kathy's a lobber. Do you give Kathy more room? Yeah. Does she get 100% in? You get a lot of them in? Okay. In a group this size, that's about the number I would tell you that are good lobbers. 1 out of probably 15. There's a guy named Bobby Demoski that plays at Lifetime. He was a tennis coach forever. I mean, that's all he does. You know, it's unbelievable and candidly, I mean, it's a lob too. It's to the ceiling and on the line every time. So we give him room. You know, there's great dinkers. There's people with great power shots. You've got to learn those parts of their game. All right, so I'm back here. Carol's up there. He hits me a serve. If he doesn't ace me, is there an acer in the room? No, none of us are acers. I'm going to get my return back. Most of the time, I'm going to be able to decide how I hit my return back. All right, where am I going to hit my return? Go right ahead. Deep in the middle. All right, 99% of the time, I want my return to hit that tee as far back as I'm comfortable hitting it. It does two things. All right, first things it does, next I'm going to have you serve one to me. Yeah, no, you're not going to do anything. When I return it, I just want you to catch it, because that's the drill we're getting ready to do. Go ahead. All right, I'm standing here at a reasonable pace. I didn't run. I just walked to this spot before he even had a chance to hit that ball, and I didn't hit a really good return. Try it one more time.
Move up as soon as you hit.
Soon as I hit. Here's what. Now, this is a return of serve. Serve it to me again. I'll see if I can get actually a decent one. That wasn't really what I wanted either. Return to serve. Again, I'm standing here before he can even touch the ball. All right. I told you last week that I will say things vaguely. All right. Let's play this point out. Let's watch what happens, all four people. All right? Actually, somebody hold this for me. Thank you. All right, you did win. All right? Why did you win? All right. She probably should have let that bounce before she took it. All right. Here's what did happen, though, that I was expecting to happen, is I hit my return generally in his direction, but reasonably deep. I should have the next ball dropped right at your feet because you didn't move at all. All right. And that's what happens. If you hit your return generally deep and generally in the middle, aiming for that target, it's going to freeze those two people back there because A, until after this lesson, nobody in this room is doing very much talking to each other about who's taking that ball. All right? So when I return, if I'm the returner, I'm going to the middle with it. What should he do? The first answer is just hit it back over, right? What should Molly do? When? Exactly. As soon as I touch the ball and you have a general idea of where it's going, especially when it's his forehand, I am not a big forehand always takes it person. You will hear a lot of that. But as soon as it's in that general direction that I know he can get it, she should already be moving. And because I've got Carol up here on my line, right? You're my front defense right now. Any ball that's in the air, she's going to take, she's going to smash, and it's going to be done. All right? If you wait, what happens? If I do it right, we're both here. Yeah, I mean, she's going to pick a spot because she's got all the spots. Even if I hit it on the line deep, come up forward. Come all the way up. 3, 4, 5. All right? Now, my decision making is a lot tougher. Do I really hit to Molly? You know, he's got to decide what to do with that ball. Right now, he's going to hit it in the air because that's what he does, right? He hits it in the air. He's got a good shot. He may go for one of the lines, or he may go for a drop, which is what we're going to work on a ton next week, is getting that third shot drop to be a part of our game, not our whole game, but a part of it. But if she moves up immediately, at least we're getting to a reasonable neutral position where we're into a battle. A lot of battles are happening here and here right now. And all of you can hit this shot. That's a shot that's tough to hit. My beginners cannot hit this shot. You don't need to hit that shot until you're in a jam if you go ahead and take the 2 steps forward. So I hit it, you immediately come up. How do you know, aside from you watching where the ball goes, that you should go up? Because he did what? Exactly.
So you're saying, soon as if we're on the serve team, and you're serving,
Yep.
as soon as you serve,
Let us have the ball for a second.
I should move up.
Nope, not serve, return. All right, so here. So I'm going to serve. You come on up. All right. What do we know about Kevin right now? We know, just look at him. We know he's right-handed. All right, he's hugging over there. He does want his forehand. Generally, where's his forehand going to go? It's going to come cross back to me. I am going to watch before I make my move, but I'm going to serve to him right now. I'll tell you. All right, let's play this point out. Now we got him thinking. We got him thinking right now, but let's see what happens. I was actually in the kitchen, but it was a football. All right, but as soon as I knew that he was going to go to you because we were even talking about it. So as soon as he started to swing, I'm standing here waiting for the next ball. All right, I am not, I think I told you guys this last time, I'm not an advocate of taking 90% of the court because one player is stronger than the other. I don't think that's the way the game's meant to be played, even in a tournament. But my job as the other returner is to allow my partner time to get where she wants to be. That particular ball, I could hit a winner if I hadn't stepped on the line, all right, because she popped it up at me. If she had gotten that ball, because Tammy would have gotten that ball, you know, she's good at that quick pop-up, all right, what just happened? I took this ball out of the air, you got it back. She didn't have to worry about hitting it. She could go ahead and get up here with me. Once you get here, come here, Carol, please. Once she gets here, I do go ahead and give her a little bit more room. So my return will generally be center deep. If it goes to my partner, I will come clear to the line and I will straddle this line. All right? If you can beat me down that line, congratulations, it's a great shot. Most of the time, it's not going to happen because it went to Carol. Carol had to come across the middle for one of them to hit the next ball. That's a really hard shot to go inside out on and down that line. Will you get it once a game? Probably. Will people celebrate when they get that one because I did this? Probably. Will they get it 4 out of 5 times? No. Will they get it 3 out of 5 times? Probably not. If they start getting really good at it, then I will go ahead and come up to the middle because now I've got this side of it done and she'll have to come to the middle and I'll count on Carol because it's her forehand. But as soon as I see where it's going, this time I'm going to serve to you again. I want you to come back to me. All right? Now you know he's coming back to me. So as soon as he touches the ball, I want you to go up, not just to the line, but squeeze to the middle, and then we'll play the point all the way out, all right? So I want you to come all the way up and come to about here, all right? You won't always know where they're putting it at, but when they hit it, you start to get an idea of where they're putting it at, and you start making that move.
Where they were.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. That became an equal game because both of us were up here. All right. I want to do one more time. Again, I want you to come to me, but I want you not to go up. You can take a step or two in, but just kind of hang back and let's watch what happens on that point. I got to get it over. All right. You did squeeze up. All right. We didn't really talk, but I also don't have a problem with that whole point because at least at that point it was an actual winner that had to be hit. We didn't give them half the court to play in by both of us not getting there. I was actually pretty proud of you because even though I told you not to go up, you did naturally get up there. All right. So what I want to work on is I want to have 4 people on this court, 4 people on that court. I only want the ball to be hit 3 times. I want a serve. All right, we're not trying to ace anybody, but your normal serve. I want us to hit the return as deep as possible, and then I want the next ball to be hit, and I want it to be caught. So whatever happens at third ball on the server side, I just want you to catch it wherever you're at, and everybody to stop where they're at after each one. So let's do that one time. So I'm going to serve, he's going to return, I'm going to hit, and then it's going to stop. Okay, that's fine. All right. So on that scenario, I hit a drop that was in, and I was still back. You did exactly what I would have done, is you put it in front of me. If I had followed that drop, we'd again had been at a neutral point. When we're at a neutral point and we're playing this thing, I don't care who wins. Because at that point it's a fair game. It's when we're not up here, it's not fair. Eric, jump in here with Carol. You guys got it? They're making a plan already. Stop. All right. Up. So by stopping the point right there, where were you at?
I was in no man's land.
Exactly.
I'm trying to understand this drill. So
Okay.
Okay, so
you hit it.
she hits it back to me, I hit it back and they catch it.
The point just stops there. I don't care if you touch it or catch it or whatever.
So
The
return and stay. No, serve and stay. Return. Okay.
Right. So if it's coming, go ahead and do it again.
I'm really confused.
That's all right. That's all right. It's a great serve.
Let's do it again.
Go. Stop. Stop. As soon as that ball, stay right there. As soon as that ball was coming to her, all right, instead of you waiting and ending up where you were, which is a ball at your foot, if you'd have taken off a half a second sooner, you'd have been here and that ball would have been here. And the difference between this ball and being able to do something with it and this ball at your feet is a winner or loser point. Does that make sense? All right, that's what we're trying to get away from, is as soon as we know the ball's going to the other person, right, communication is huge. Even if I just say you or go or mine, then that triggers me. I've got to get moving. All right, you serve again. Didn't talk. Come to Tammy. Tammy, do me a favor. Purposely come back over. What's your first name?
Kathy.
Kathy. Purposely return to Kathy. Go.
Mine?
All right. No, that's perfectly fine. Wait, did you feel more comfortable? The fact that you're up here, you were ready for anything she did. It will make a huge difference. The only thing that happens by coming in too soon, you cannot come in too soon on a return of serve because they've got to wait. All right? All right? If you know it's coming to her, you've got to be one of two places. You've either got to stay all the way back or all the way forward, because the worst place to be, correct me if I'm wrong, is right here. And you know it. But that's where we put ourselves, because I'm waiting. What am I waiting for? If I know she's hitting it. Right? All right, your serve.
So if we, either one of us, return to Patty, and Kathy's the server, then Kathy will come forward as soon as one of us hits it and Kathy sees that it's going to.
Correct. All right, now, as the returner, what do I want to do? As the returner, what do I want to do? I don't want one of them to come forward. So not only deep, but I want them to have to make a decision.
Right.
So if the closer I get to the middle, the more you're going to see that they're both going to still be standing there looking at each other. One of them's going to hit it, but now the two of you are going to be standing there, and this shot either has to be perfectly into the kitchen, or it's going to be that ball, and you're just going to put it away. So I'm teaching both sides. You want to not have them make a decision, right? You want to go ahead and go, which means you got to trust your partner.
I trust.
All right? So as soon as you know it's even close that she can get it, which is not just the ball that she can get to here, but she can get this ball. So if this ball's coming here and you're up there, the next ball is going to be easier for you two as a team. All right? One more serve, and we're going to switch it up. Let me see how they're doing over here. Play a point out. All right, how are we doing over here? Can't get the three? Come on, Ann, you acing them? Okay. He's picking on Ann. Well, here's what happens. I'm going to be honest with you, Ann. Here's what happens. Is they're picking on you. No. Here's what happens. Anytime you have an advantage over an opponent, you're gonna use it. All right. The fact that it's a little tougher for you to get up here, they are going to return a little bit short on you.
Right.
But he did go to the middle.
Okay.
All right. So what if I was your partner? What would I do?
Yeah.
I would force them especially because I'm right-handed, right? So if I'm playing with Ann and I know she's going to be a little slower getting there than I am, all right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cheat this way just a little tiny bit. Because if he goes across to me, all right, I'm going to get most of them. He's going to get one down the line every once in a while, but he's got to hit that line too. So I scoot over a little bit and help Ann get to that line by taking this middle and a half ball so she has time to get up here to make it even. All right? You did exactly what I would do, middle, until they start squeezing the middle. Once they've squeezed the middle, then you can start kind of picking your line if you want, but middle is going to win most of the time. Try one more time.
Can I just ask a real
Yeah,
quick
absolutely.
question?
Absolutely.
And just real, step 1, step 2, step 3.
Okay.
We're back here, Eric serves.
Right.
Eric serves. What should I do? Should I move in immediately or should I wait? Because I've always been told to wait until they do their return and then I come up.
You should wait until you know who's going to hit the next ball.
Well,
All
you
right.
know-
So he returns.
No, it's
He serves.
She serves and returns.
Yes.
If you can tell 100% it's going to him, why are you waiting for?
Okay.
Right? But when she hits it, if it's going in that direction,
Okay, back up.
you're
Back up.
serve.
So what you're saying is when he serves, I stay until I see where they're hitting and then I move up if needed or I stay back and hit from there.
Correct.
Okay.
But here, let me tell you when that is. Pump back here. No, back up. You're good. You got the right idea. You make the decision when she hits the ball here. She returned. He served to me. I return. You can tell whether the ball's going to Eric towards the middle, which you're going to let him take, or it's coming to you.
So bottom line is I pretty much stay back until they hit.
Till he hits. Then you make your decision. Because if it's coming to you, what's he going to do? He's going up. If it's going to Eric, you're coming up. Okay. All right, I got you. All right.
Okay, see, I didn't know Nan's late.
Yes, you are.
So I was coming up, but I saw how hard you were hitting it and I stopped.
Right, which is exactly what you should have done, but it's not that ball that was the problem. It was the ball you hit me before that I could just go like that with. And when I return to you, and I'm standing here, you gave me just a ball I could just do this with, because you hit it in the air here. We've got we've got to learn to put that ball in front of me so you can get up here. Exactly, especially with that wrist shot at the end. You popped it up right here. He did a great job getting that first half volley, but then the next one was just a crushed kill away. All right, you went exactly where you should have went when I returned. Let me return one more, and I purposely went to the middle. All right. That's probably the only two that you've missed today. Which was perfectly fine. Yeah, it was because it bounced. No, that's perfectly fine. All right. The fact that you were up there and he hit a really nice ball that was also in the non-volley zone, I had to make a decision. I mean, could I have hit that ball hard? Maybe. But literally, when you're both standing there, I've got to then start a rally that is a fair rally. A fair rally is when we're all four standing right here. Yeah, one more time. All right, so right now we're playing a fair rally. All right? And don't worry about it. Don't go, especially if that ball bounces, you can go in there all you want. It's non-volley zone, not the kitchen. All right? Let's have four more jump on this side that haven't hit. Here you go. Tammy, I want you to do me a favor.
Yes.
No matter what happens,
Yes.
no matter what the ball is,
Yes.
I want you to take one more step.
And I know.
Take one more step. Go ahead and do it.
I know.
Go ahead and do
My
it.
buffer.
No, you don't need a buffer.
Someone called me on it today, and I wasn't in the kitchen.
No buffer. You don't need a buffer. Stop just a second. I want to do that exact same serve, and I want you to give me the exact same return to Molly, right? All right. No, but here's what I want you to do, Tammy. I want you to come here for me. Yep. All right. Tammy gets special rules today. I want you to stand right here. Serve, return to Molly, play the point out. Do it again. Same thing. Let her serve. Let her serve. Yeah. The fact that you're standing up here, you can do whatever you want. She did get a great ball back, but it was a pop-up, right? The difference between that ball when you're standing here and this ball, which you're great at getting, being down here, is that you could do something with that ball. It wasn't just defense.
Okay.
All right? As soon as she said me, instead of watching her hit it, because you were already here, she said me, that should have did heads down, 3 steps, you're ready for the next ball. Me, and you're watching her hit it, you know she's got to hit it before she can make the next move. You're then in no man's land, stuck. So perfect call of, hey, me, it's my ball, right? You trust her to hit it. If you're up here, you're either taking an option away from them that they've got to come back and they only can play with half the court, or the next ball is going to be something you put away. If you stay back here, you're still defensive. When you get to line, you're going to be offensive. All right? Try it one more time. Your first name? Kathy. Especially when you're on your backhand side. As soon as that ball had any indication that she could hit it, all the way up here. All right, all the way to the line. Because she's going to get that ball because it's coming across. Yeah. Even if it hits the line, it's going to be something she can get. If you're up here for that next ball, you're going to put it away. Waiting, same thing she did. Waiting on her gives them an option. You want to take that option away from them. All right? What's your first name? D. You serve for me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on slow.
Again, there's times that it's a great shot and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, who did that return go to? Who hit the second ball? Or who did you hit it to? Kathy served that. Right. Right. All right, go ahead. Do it again. That's all right. That's fine. It was this side. Go ahead. It was this side that you didn't go up for me. As soon as you knew she was going to get that return, don't wait. All the way. Again, great shot. We're all going to get beat by great shots. She hit a nice shot down there. It's a tough ball to get. But if she'd have hit it right at your feet here, that also she would have won. If you're up here, you can take these balls from here without having to go all the way down. Last serve. Why were you able to do that? Exactly. We know that works, right? We know. I mean, and you forced her deep with a return. All right. You hit a great drop. But then you waited a little bit back there on your drop.
I like to admire my shot.
Hey, I do the same. That was a very pretty shot right up until you lost the point.
Exactly.
Because if you'd have been up there,
Yep.
you'd have got that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you did with
You
it.
really should only admire the last time you hit it when you won the
Right.
point.
The best.
I like to look at where they're on the court too. Before
Right.
I hit it.
All right, everybody come back over here. One last point over here for Tammy and you guys. One last point. Do one more. I just want to watch one more. Everybody come back over here.
All eyes on the
Stop. Hammer time. Nah. No. I'm okay with where you were.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's talk about, again, court positioning is huge. All right. Is this the line that you're allowed to be on? All right.
In all defense, I thought we were getting off the court.
Yeah, well, you guys would not be here. I told you I coached track for 30 years, right? I had kids that when we started, we'd be out there, okay, are we running today? It's track. Yes, we're running today, right? All right, you wouldn't be here if you did not want to get better. All right, and the amazing part is there are 15 people here, 13 people here, that want to get better at their game, and you're all hearing this. This isn't private lesson time where I'm just telling Tammy, hey, we're going to do this, and then next week she comes in and starts doing it. You're all going to know this now. All right, you're going to start to see small changes in the way that the whole group plays. All right, you guys need to, and that's the beauty of pickleball, is to help each other, start reminding them that really, truly, Tammy doesn't need that buffer zone. All right, really, truly, Molly, this is not the line. All right, you will be amazed. No, and hopefully 3 weeks from now, because you guys are playing a lot. My beginners are not playing between lessons right now. They need to start playing a little bit to get comfortable with the game. The difference between here and here is uncalculable. All right, it really is a huge difference to get yourself up here. All right, if you step on the line one time a game, it is definitely not going to be a problem. You're going to lose that rally. The 6 or 7 that you pick up, that you haven't been picking up, are going to make a huge difference. One of you is going to tell me in a couple of weeks that, what's your name? Doug decided to really do this. He took it to heart, and Doug is now getting to the line every single time, and we're not able to beat Doug right now because of what's going on. All right? You know, I have to watch a lot to see what's happening. The return of serves, generally, I saw no one going for hero shots. I generally saw you going deep to the middle. So I don't have to teach that anymore. You guys already get that. You get the idea. And everybody in here knows you want to get to the line. You just got to decide that you're going to do it. You know, the buffer zone of 1 out of 15 or 1 out of the 5 games we get to play, I step on the line in 1 point. All right. I mean, heck, that same number of shots I'm going to hit down on my handle, and it's just going to be an accident. Accidents are going to happen, but if you get to this line, your game is going to start to change, and it's going to be funner. Having a rally up here that has 7 or 8 balls in it, we all celebrate that, whether we won it or we didn't win it. It was a lot funner than serve return badminton, and that's what the beginning side of this game is. It's serve return badminton. We're all hitting balls up here. So yes, while you may feel comfortable here, you'll win more points here. It's one step. One step. And even that's not close enough. Literally, it's here. It really is.
I curl my feet up.
If as long as you're not touching it. Well, there's a great video online that people talk about, am I on the line? Well, technically I'm not, because it's two-dimensional, but as soon as I go to hit a ball, my foot's going to go down. I can't hold it there the whole time. So, yes, you want to be behind it. All right? Would I call this on somebody? Probably, because I can't hold it there the whole time. I got to go down on it. All right?
When you're at the line and the ball's coming, are you allowed to step out here and hit it on the fly because you're not technically inside there?
That's called an Ernie, and it's absolute beautiful shot, and it's done all the time. Especially if I'm here. Come up here for a second for me, Tammy. We'll do something fun for the last couple of minutes. That's called an Ernie, and it's an absolute, you'll see it not just that close. You'll see a lot of people, in the higher levels, if she serves, Tammy's coming to me, I hit it back there, and I see a ball come off of Kathy's ball coming over here, you'll see a lot of even this and taking it down. The only thing you can't do is you cannot volley inside that box. You're allowed to hit the ball outside the court, right? We do it all the time. We do it behind the back line. If for some reason I got stuck over here because of a weird series of points, I'm allowed to hit the ball over here. Same thing here. I'm allowed to hit the ball here. As long as I am solidified outside and established, I can hit the ball here. Can I do this and then jump up and hit one? No. Because my feet, before I hit the ball, if my feet were touching or in this line, I'm still in there, until both of my feet have been established out of there. All right. I'm making an assumption that all of you know that an overhead from here that I hit really hard and then stumble, if it hits the line and hits the stairs and I still fall into here, that's a fault. I'm assuming you guys knew that. All right? That's a tough one on beginners. You know, I hit a winner and then he fell into the kitchen. You know, that you can't do that. That makes sense? Let's do a different drill. How many do I have? Let's do 6 and 7. Everybody up at the non-volley zone line. All right, everybody come up to the line. We're going to play a game called knockout. So spread out a little bit. All right, here's the general rules. Yeah, switch sides. Okay, we got 4 and 3. All right, so I'm going to come over on this side. General rules of the game are the intent is to put the ball in the non-volley zone. All right, if it's reasonably close to the non-volley zone, it's in, which would mean that generally, you know, my foot width, that ball's still in. All right, anything more than that is an out ball. So if Tammy hits that to me and it's here, what should I do with it? I should let it go. If you miss the ball, if you hit it in the net, you hit it out, you have to go to the back line. From the back line, you're still in the game, but you cannot hit a ball unless it bounces somewhere in here. You have to stay back here, all right, until everybody is off the kitchen line, all right? The team that is the last person standing up there or has members standing up there wins that game, all right? All right, so all right, Tammy's got it. Tammy, here. Watch us do the first point. Here we go, Carol. Watch us do the first point. Tammy, you can serve it cooperative to anybody. Should have let it go. Should have let it go. These are all bouncing. All right. So he goes to the back. We slide in. Now it's 4 against 3. All right. You still can stay in. You can save us if one. Me? You're out. See how we got it? All right. Play it till the last person's up. You?
Yep.
What should have happened to that ball? Let it go. All right. All right. You had to make a decision. Yep. What happened to that ball? He tried to be a hero. He went for a really tough angle. One more. You have to hit it to me. You can hit it anywhere on the court. I just got to get it. I'll only go 5 or 6 feet. Am I going over there? Absolutely. Oh. All right, let's do it again. Do it again. Ready? You? Okay, I do this to watch something. Come here just a second. What's her name? Julie. You know why you didn't do that? Why you didn't get that ball? Because you're afraid to step into the kitchen. Right? It did bounce.
I was thinking about it before I put my foot in there.
Yeah. But you're allowed to. It's going to bounce. Step in there and take that shot. It wanted to. It wanted to. All right, we have Tammy now. I have faith that we have Tammy now.
Oh, that's fun.
All right, it's tied up. It's tied up. Come on, Eric. You got to be able to get to there. Is it dripping?
Ball, watch out.
Sorry, Ann. That wasn't nice.
All right, we got her. Oh, tried to get hero shot Eric is what I'm going to call him. You? All right, thank you. All right, no problem. Come back up, Eric. Yep. Yep, he had to leave. Me? I like it. It's exactly what you're supposed to do with that ball.
Oh, that was out.
A little deep. You know what you're trying to do? Trying to put too much cut on it.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and just lift it over.
Nothing.
Not as much cut. Winners. All right, last ball. Next ball wins. Out. Winners. All right, everybody pop in here. So, being able to watch, I mean, you guys have the shots that you need, and generally, you also know where you should be. No. My goal is, with the next 3 weeks, is to get you to the point to where you're comfortable doing these other things. All right. And again, it's not to have you do them every single time. It's not to take the things that you already do well. Because if I know you're doing it well, I'm not going to work on it with you, right? Because I already know you're doing it well. It's to add a couple of things, because in a competitive game, and I've seen them here, and I see them everywhere, you know, you guys played a 9-7. You know, I've seen a lot of games here go, have to go to 10 or 11 points because it was competitive. The difference between you being on the winning end and the losing end of one of those 2-point games will start to be getting all the way up to the line, hitting that return deep to keep them back. We will remember who hit the, quote, winner, but there are very few winners in this game. It generally is who made the error that allowed Eric to get the smash, that Eric remembers I got a smash. He doesn't remember it was because Molly popped the one up to him because she was standing 3 feet behind the line and had to do this. All right? The first thing we're going to work on next week is red, yellow, green zones of not only just our body, our opponent's body, and the court. Because a green zone is a ball that you're always going to hit. You're going to hit your shot as hard as you can or as soft as you can, but it's going to be your shot. It's in the green zone. It's in the green zone of my body. It's on the green zone of the court. I know that 90% of the time that ball is going where I want it to, and it's going to be difficult for my opponent to do something with it. All right? The yellow zone is a ball that is 80% of the balls that are in fact hit. We have to make a decision of what we're going to do to it, and generally we lose because we make a bad decision. Not because Kathy hit a really good ball, it's because I made a poor decision on what to do with it. You know, and it's that ball that I was a little bit behind the line and then did this with it and it hits the white tape. And we go, oh, I missed it by that much. You know, we all do that ball. You know, that same ball, if it had been in the middle of the court, would have went over the net because it's 2 inches shorter in the middle than it is on the outside. But the one that hits the white tape on the line over here was my decision. I made the mistake. The red zone is a zone where on my side, I can only hit a defensive shot. From my knee to my feet, all I can do with this ball is defensively hit it. What generally happens is if I have to hit it from down here, it's going to come up at an upward trajectory. It's either going to have been out or it's going to be in a position where my opponent's going to be able to hit it because it's a pop-up. I have to learn to hit red zone shots into the non-volley zone softly. All right? I also have to recognize that if Tammy hits a ball from her red zone, and even if it's right here where I know I'm going to hit it hard, I have to start letting red zone balls from the other side go. And I think with this group, I talked about that last week, or 2 weeks ago actually, is if we start letting more balls go and not hitting them, if our intent is to win the rally, it's only going to travel in a straight line 15 feet. Especially that ball that's going at a side-to-side angle. All right? The ball coming to me here, straight at me, this is the decision ball. I got to decide if I want to hit it. The ball coming from Kathy. I have multiple Kathys, don't I? Coming from Kathy on that side to me right here has to travel about 3 inches for it to be out. As you get into the more mental part of the game, you'll start letting more balls go. We'll get out of our reptilian brain, which is a reaction for this shot, and starting to let them go. And some of them will be out. As long as more than 50% of them are out, we're going to win more 9-7 games, 11-9 games, and we're losing 9-11. At your stage, that's where you start to make a difference, is deciding when and where to hit the ball at, and deciding to make the decision as soon as they hit the ball, not waiting till it gets on my side of the net. That starts to make a huge difference in your game. Does that make sense?
So can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes.
You were demonstrating like up here. So if I'm standing, so I get like over
Let me have your ball for a second.
if I from over here, ball's obviously gonna go out, right? But if I'm standing here and the ball is up here, that ball's going in.
Okay.
Right?
Hey,
so I
I'm-
just want to make sure, right? Like, 'cause it all depends on like where you are, right?
It doesn't only depend on where you are. I'm going to ask you a general question.
Yep.
Standing right there, court positioning is huge, all right? You're standing here, and this ball is here. Do you hit it or do you not?
I would hit it
All right, why?
because it's here and it's gonna land in.
Okay.
I mean, 'cause
All right.
it's low enough, it's gonna land.
Here,
in.
here's what I'm going to say to this ball, and I'm going to do this today instead of next week.
Yeah.
All right. This ball
Mhm.
is in your yellow zone.
Yep.
You got to make a decision.
Yep. Okay.
All right. If that ball came to you from here, I half volleyed it, and it's coming up. Where's it going to land? It,
Or high enough that I can hit it. That's so.
All right.
So that's where
It-
the caution zone is basically.
yeah, you've got to start deciding how hard did it come off my paddle? What trajectory is it coming at? If it came from here, at the beginning of a game, I'm letting it go because I'm trying to learn how my opponent hits. All right, I hit this ball here, short hop, boom. It's only going to travel, especially where you're standing because you're not standing close enough to the line. It's only going to travel another 12 feet. It's going to travel another 12 feet to be out. All right. If I take that same ball and me and Tammy back up, all right? So Tammy was here. She said yes, she'd hit it here. At what point on the court do you start saying, I'm not going to hit it?
So I would stop hitting it here. I would definitely not hit it there if it's that high.
Okay. That's a decision you've got to start making. And the sooner you make it, the more you're going to win. I say this is the one that we're losing on because we're hitting a lot of these balls that we shouldn't from this spot that are right here. It's very easy to hit it because it's in our wheelhouse. We're all good at this shot. But if it came off of Eric's paddle hard, I guarantee you, it's going out.
Now, if they hit it soft, it's going to
Yeah.
go in, right? So if it's a harder hitter, chances are it's going to go out.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And the thing that I will tell you right now is if you want to get better, this is very important. If you want to get better over the next 6 to 8 weeks, you've got to be willing to lose a couple of games. All right? So when you come into open play, you've got to start taking some chances to find out where you're at with your game. And can I recognize a ball that's not going to be in? All right? Right now, we're hitting all of them. All right? You start letting them go when you find out from Ken, that Ken's baseline drive almost always will go out. I'm not saying that's a truth. I'm saying when I realize that, I start beating Ken a little more often. I'm not going to know that until I stop hitting every one of Ken's balls at that height. All right? So you've got to start training your mind to decide which ball do I hit, which one I don't. Ben Johns, Annalie Waters, all those people. You guys will be the first ones to know. Anybody know the name Elise Jones? Any of you watch the pros? All right. Elise Jones is coming to Paddle Tap. She's giving her first clinic up there. Paddle Taps is the indoor pickleball facility I'm opening up in Worthington. I have 17 courts, restaurant, and a bar. So very, very little waiting. Inexpensive. Silver sneakers.
Oh, you're going to have silver sneakers.
Absolutely. 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 March 20th. March 20th. They all make the exact same mistakes that I make and that you guys make. They just make it less often. They all hit a ball into the net. They all hit an out ball. They just do it less often. 3 balls in every game make the difference between a competitive game, and it's generally 3 balls that never should have been hit. And it's these ones that are in this area. It's also when we try to make that hero shot. And a hero shot is when I go for the line and I miss it, by an inch. Or I go for that overhead and I drill it to the back wall when I could have just let it bounce. And, overhead's the last lesson, but the overhead that I hit from here, if I can get to it here, I can take 3 more steps and let it bounce and then hit a ground stroke on it. And if it bounces out, I already won. But we all go back here and do this. And that's not an offensive shot. It's a defensive shot. Cool? How many of you staying for open play? Everybody? You're leaving me? Well, you know what? We got to give her that. All right.
Her husband's having arthroscopic surgery.
I know you're going to cover this at some point, but I just want, I've been hitting the ball into the net about halfway back a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I can't decide how to.
From where?
Change. Usually, either way back or middle line. Or,
Don't be there. That's so easy to say.
or even up here.
I need to watch a little bit. I need to watch. Let's play.
And don't forget to work on the 3 courts.
I'm going to say something to Darcy today.
Do it.
All right. You guys in? Oh, let me jump. I want to jump in this game with Ken real quick. Yeah. All right.
Doug, we're jumping out.
All right.
We'll be next.
All right. Me and you. All right, hold on. Last piece of teaching just for you 3. All right? No? If you had served right then, and I hit it at his feet and he couldn't get to it, whose fault was it? Because, here's why.
Oh, because the way she returned it?
No.
Oh.
If you served while he was still standing up there, because the only time, yeah, you didn't look. That's part of that communication thing is take 2 seconds before you serve, see where your partner's standing. If Doug is standing halfway in the middle of the court, don't serve. Because until you serve, I can't do anything to win or lose. Make sure your partner's in the right position before you do anything.
Okay.
All right?
right here, and I think I have a great hit.
It's your wrist. I just want that string. When you come through like that, that ball can only go down. You firm up your wrist to where you've actually got a direction on your paddle is a little upward. It's going to come up. If you do that, it's going to come down.
So you said angle it more?
I'm telling him to angle this. He was back here like this. 0-1. You. Hold on, that was out. Yeah, that was out.
I knew before she hit. I thought
Yep.
she was going to hit you. 0-0. 2.
You.
Me. It's your so good.
Go. Is there 1?
Nice.
Now, Doug, if I put the ball right here for you, could you have hit the shot I just hit? Okay, so it wasn't really a great shot on my part. It's the fact that it gets put right there. 1-0-1. I got him laughing. It's part of the middle part of the game. Also, just watching that, hit the ball, then move. You're tending to move, and your contact point's so far back here that you're hitting down on it. If you wait and hit contact point in front of your body, the ball's gonna come up a little bit. 2-0-1. You. What's her name?
Kim.
Kim. No, yeah, you were back, and every ball was a ball we could take out of the air. None of those bounce. If you soften up just a touch and put some of those in front, then we've got to do something with it instead of we're just sitting here hitting it back at you. Three zero. You. Nice ball. Perfect ball. Middle. Yep. 4-0. Me? Nope, not enough. I was too. You intentionally went for a line, right? Same ball in the middle is really tough for me to hit. You know what? I like it when you hit it out too, Doug. Slide back, our serve. My serve. 4-0. Me. Go. Yep.
You said one time you wanted a bounce chip, right?
Yeah, if you put it there, I can't do it. I can't do that with it. I used Ann as my example. I mean, if you hit that ball up here in this area in the air, Ann's 91. She's going to smack that back at you.
Kim, Carol, get Kim. I did all everybody.
You?
Mine. That was Al, I believe.
That was pretty close to a perfect ball. Yeah. Me?
Oh, that was pure luck. I was defending myself.
Eight. Me? Ah. Second serve?
You were one, right?
Yep. Second serve. 8-0. That's short. Eight.
Was that good enough to hit right to you so you knew where?
Yeah, I really appreciated that. That was exactly what I would love to do.
It's a gift to keep on
No, wait. Do me a favor. What? Hold on a second. Hold on. Do me a favor. Come all the way over right on the line. I want you to do just exactly what I did. Just stand here and wait till they're going to hit right at you. Go. Go again. Oh! That ball, the second one, it was out, yeah.
I didn't hit the first one good enough.
Yeah.
All right, 8-0.
That's more than game. That's a game.
So,
I hear you.
just softening up.
Yeah.
I do a drill with when I have the ball machine, where I have people stand here and catch the ball out of the ball machine. And at first, they're doing this. Especially, most of us have played any other sport with a glove. We catch with our left hands,
Yeah.
right? And even that move, if I toss you the ball, you softly catch it. With your right hand, because we're used to hitting with our right hand, if I switch hands for a second, that's a perfect example of what just happened.
And that's what we do with
And that's what we do with our paddle. You reached for that one. You caught with your left hand, but you wanted to put power into your right hand. And we play, our paddle is in our right hand, and we think we always have to hit it. It's a very short area. Generally, if we learn to catch it with our right hand and catch it with our paddle, we're softening that ball up. Because that ball that bounces in here, I've got to then, it's in my red zone, I've got to then bounce it back to you. Right? As above to you hitting it here to me, I'm going to believe it. I'm going to use that. I'm going to smack it. So getting that part of the game in, especially if we get to the line, it's a little different if we play in this transition zone, and I add another 7 or 8 feet to the ball coming to me. Now it's in the air. It's a little harder for me to do it, but we got to the line. You did the same thing I did. You get right here, that ball's hanging.
I like that. It makes me feel better if I'm having a bad day.
Yeah. All right, we're out of here. We're sorry. Next 4. You're very welcome.
So the third lesson is going to, I'm going to miss, what is today? What is, today's Monday. Next Monday, I'm going to miss this Friday and next Monday.
What I would ask you to do is either come to Fridays or get my contact information and let me know when you want to do it, just me and you.
Okay.
Because I'd do that. I don't want you to miss one.
Yeah, I don't want to.
And just to be honest, there's a whole lot of levels. Even in the group we're in, there's some levels. It's hard to give someone exactly what they need because you get a lot of what we're already doing. I think a one-on-one might make a difference. And it's even if we do one after, like the next Monday, if we want to stay and do an extra half hour, we can do that.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Not a problem.
I was the one that said I wanted to learn how from in the backcourt hit it into the no volley zone.
That's what we're going to work on next week.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely need that. Okay. All right. When I get back.
Of course, Dennis. Dennis, maybe you haven't seen.
Dennis, they told me about you.